Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes. It's been a long time since we played. It's been
Yeah.
48 hours, 44 hours, actually. How have you guys been in the 44 hours?
I drove a lot. I got a haircut and I watched some Star Trek, and that's pretty much it. That
Did you
that
watch
accounts for
Star
my
Trek
past.
or did you watch Galaxy Quest?
Star Trek.
Okay. Fair enough. How was it?
Hmm.
How was the Star Trek? Which version?
The Next Generation, because I'm a fan.
You're a next generation over original series?
The original series, if you can accept that it's a product of its time, you have to do it for both of them, but the very first episode, you have Captain Kirk being like, "I'm just not comfortable with having a woman on the bridge," and it's like, isn't this supposed to be
Wow.
the far future where sexism is no longer a thing? And they're not perfect about it with the
mean-
Next Generation, but they're significantly better.
But let's be honest, the first episode of any show is the pilot episode, and
That's
the difference
true.
between the first and the second episode is always pretty drastic. You know, the kinks get worked out, people get recast,
Yeah, I mean, it,
personalities shift.
it does get better with the original series, but it never quite gets past that. Like they definitely did a better job of that, of being like a progressive future with the Next Generation.
Yeah. Also, I have to agree. I just like Picard more.
Oh yeah, Picard is way better.
You know, I'm not a big Star Trek guy, but I will agree, Next Generation over the original series.
Yeah, and then Deep Space Nine over that.
I never got that far.
It's like right in between Battlestar Galactica and the Next Generation.
Boy,
Yeah,
hey
it's
now,
better.
hold on, that's a pretty bold statement.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica is the
Okay.
greatest sci-fi
Okay,
show
okay.
ever.
I know, I love it to death, but basically the Next Generation implies in maybe a couple of their episodes that maybe doing things by the doctrine of the Prime Directive is not the best idea, but that was basically the whole theme behind Deep Space Nine. That's like every episode. It's a more darker, like none of the characters like each other, they're always fighting. It's kind of like a more, I won't say greater, it's almost more realistic in a way.
Hmm.
It's like everybody gets along way too much in the Next Generation. There's never any arguments or conflicts.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but
Kill
it's
them all, right?
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, Sean, I think your camera did switch back to lower resolution.
Nope,
No,
it's on
No?
720.
that was good. Good.
I just checked.
Cool. What about Bastion and Nick? What have you guys been up to?
Well, I slept a bit, ate something, played more Tyranny.
You slept and you played more Tyranny. That's
Mhm.
nice.
I went to work. Yeah, and then I went out after work on Friday, and now here we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we do every other day more often? Just what did you do with your day?
Well, I took Friday free.
That's nice.
So, where do we leave off? Let's do a recap because some people aren't watching this 2 days later. Some people are watching on YouTube like a month later.
Kine, you gotta cover this because you're
Why?
so close. You're so close, and we need you to level.
He'll be fine.
It is a while
I
since
can't
I've done a
remember
recap.
anything. No.
I'll
Okay.
do it. Oh, okay, go on then. You do it.
Okay. The last time on Hardcore Heroes, we were arriving in Copper Hill after, we had a quick encounter with Joris in the tavern. We heard that we saw that the keep that was formerly there burned down. And, well, Joris told us that he has kind of a ongoing clash with a knight who seeks to lay claim to Copper Hill, but well, he's raining eyes on them, or at least try to keep them off. Malachi did make a deal with him to learn more spells. Otherwise, Joris was not very helpful. Well, not his adventuring days anymore. So Malachi did. He took the carriage to the hut, right?
To go and see Darth, yeah.
Yeah, Before that, I think he snuck out in the night to search, or at least try to detect magic in the burnt down keep. He found some in a nearby hut, but didn't investigate it for whatever reason.
It was like an estate, I think, more than a hut.
Well, whatever. You did get the. Oh, yeah. And you did get the books, the spell books from Joris. Joris' spell books from his heart, and a crystal ball, just a normal plain crystal ball. Because Van thought Joris had a magical crystal ball. Yeah, which he did not.
No magic crystal balls.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because we had pool of water.
Yeah, we after you came back, Van and Kine searched for some water. Had the idea, we can just take a basin of water and put it in the river, or at least in a natural environment. And we did that, and we scryed upon the guy who murdered the family near Mystery Rapids.
What did you find?
We saw a room in a
Wait, that was a couple weeks ago, though, right?
No, that was last.
No,
that was
we
2
just
days ago.
got on them 2 days
Oh,
ago.
that guy. Okay, sorry. Getting my guys and rooms mixed up.
And
Please
yeah,
continue.
we saw a meeting of dark robe figures. We didn't,
Specifically, what can you describe their robes? It's kind of a key plot point there.
they were dark and had some kind of embroiderment. Was it the symbol of Marcus?
It was.
It was
them?
black with red swirls, wasn't?
Wow.
swirls,
Which
yeah.
is very similar to Malchus's symbol, but not identical.
We thought it was some symbolization of Marcus because we knew the guy had an amulet of Marcus, so...
That was a different guy, though, wasn't it? No, that was the same guy. Okay.
No, it
Same
was
guy.
the same guy.
Okay.
And, well,
Some sort of cult.
because we couldn't hear anything, we didn't know what was going on. We only saw this room, the guy sitting on a table, apparently meeting and talking. And Malachi had the idea to detect magic through what spell was it anyway? Sean?
Reflecting pool.
Yeah, reflecting pool.
Reflecting pool. And he succeeded, and we saw one guy emitting an aura of magic, or at least his clothes emit an aura of magic. What strength? Moderate?
Yeah.
Moderate.
Which is, there's like 5 tiers. I think moderate's rank 3.
And it was abjuration. Abjuration, I think. Yeah, abjuration. And yeah, that was it. We talked about it, talked how to find this room. Where could it be? We spent a few days in Copperhill. Malachi learned, what spell did you learn? Dimension Door? While in
Yep.
Copperhill.
And clairaudience.
And he got clairaudience on paper from Joris.
Mhm.
Normal paper, because spellbooks are fucking expensive.
Yep.
Buy a kingdom with 5 of those.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
actually.
And yeah, after that we took off back to Shirebrook. We had a quick stop at the gates of Stromine, nothing changed there. We got no information from the guards, so we moved on. Before that, we had a quick encounter on the road. We encountered a group of soldiers. Was it soldiers or knights, Neil? Kind of a big difference.
The leader was clearly a well-spoken knight, but everyone else with him was similarly dressed. They didn't speak. So either it's
Okay.
a knight with men-at-arms who he is equipped very well, or it's a whole contingent of knights.
Maybe the leader... maybe they were all knights, but the leader had a higher rank. And they were from Plainsview and on the hunt for a group of brown-robed people who murdered some guys.
Was it another knight they murdered, I think?
He murdered somebody.
Yeah, but they'd come all the way from Cauldron. It was a long way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We don't know if it's the same group or part of the same group we are hunting. We'll see. Anyway, we parted on normal terms, and yeah, after Stromheim, we had a clearly quiet journey. No encounters, nothing, no combat, sadly. Yeah, until we arrived in Shirebrook, nothing changed in Thornwood either. Gates closed. Yeah, and once back in Shirebrook, we spoke with Rohana, I think. If I'm remembering right.
Yeah, and someone
Yeah.
was dead, right?
Yeah, right. That the husband of the dead lady,
Baroness
forgot.
Valmont's husband.
Belmont, yeah,
Oh.
died, and they found the poisoner. Another person forced to assassinate a noble, or at least try to assassinate nobles, because her family was kidnapped, or at least, well, they are dead, most likely by a black robe figure. She didn't say it was a black robe figure, she only got a letter, but we know who it was.
It's a similar deal to the people in
Yeah.
Misty Rapids, how they died.
You know what they
Yeah.
say when you make assumptions. All right.
We think, yes,
So where are you guys now?
we were
We found
told
another
that
village,
the
right?
village south of Shirebrook was attacked, and a survivor sought for help in Shirebrook. Arrived 2 days earlier, I think, and we went to her, spoke with her. Karin gave her some coins because she didn't have anything on her besides her clothes, and she led us to her village, which was empty. No signs of battle except one dried up blood of pool, and some destroyed fence or something, some broken fence.
Yeah,
No
But no-
magic either.
yeah.
Van spoke with that person, with a dead friend of the girl.
No, we looked
woman.
upon her body in the bottom of the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We scryed on the body. By the way, Neil, we should have seen the body because the refracting pool shows the person, I think.
Yep. But it's murky in the river and your vision was fairly obscured. You know, it's not like you have a view, right? You have a camera, so to speak, looking at something from a distance, and if you looked at someone in pure darkness, you wouldn't be able to see them. Then if you look at someone through a murky thing, if they're far enough away, the murkiness is hidden. Although you were kind of able to see the bottom of the riverbed, so there are some questions about that. Now, was it just too murky to see the body, or was there some other reason why the body wasn't clearly recognizable? I don't want to give you hints or put ideas in your head, so I'll just let you guys puzzle that out on your own. what these
Anyway,
things
we
mean.
deducted it had to be the river because we saw a crocodile came into view. And yeah, the nearest river is Crystal Run, so, well, Van also spoke to the dead friend, I think. The dead friend of the woman, and well, she said it was Bullywugs who killed her.
And then we headed back to Shirebrook, and I think that's where we are.
Well, at least we did not head back. We are still in the village, and we were about to head back.
Right.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's pick
Because-
this.
yeah.
Yeah, let's pick this up. You guys are in the village. You are with, I think her name was Brandy,
Mhm.
and you guys were going to take her back to Shirebrook before you cruised around and figured out what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we start walking back.
hmm
Yeah.
And we start off this session with an encounter.
we might.
An army of Bullywugs.
For the first time in 3 sessions.
See what our magic encounter tables have to offer you.
So I have everything. I'm missing. I don't have a 4th level spell, and I'm down to 2 3rd level spells.
Before we leave, I say to Van, and Kine, maybe we made a mistake by taking the hair of the one person we knew who was killed by a bullywug spear, or that spear. Perhaps whatever magic or mysteries in stealing these people left a couple behind, and they were the ones killed by the bullywugs. Maybe we should try and get the hair of someone else we don't know.
Well,
I'm going to be honest, Malachi. We have so many people to scry on at this point that I don't want to add more hair to the collection. Like, we still have to scry on the servant of Malchus. We need to scry on Kine's mother.
We're getting a lot of use out of this spell already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you're
Alright.
convinced, then maybe we should take another hair or so.
Sure, but I think we should probably put that on the back burner for now.
Maybe like we've kind of been thinking that somebody came in and made all these people disappear, transported them to another plane or something like that. But maybe it was some wizard, maybe charmed them or something and had them just walk away, go somewhere else. Rather than maybe the signs of battle aren't hidden. Maybe there was no battle.
Malachi is. Van said he didn't sense any magic, and
Yeah.
it was what 3-4 days ago.
It's very odd.
It would be the same as in my village or the dwarves clan. We would still see residual magic.
Yeah, you're right. Something ain't adding up here though. There's too many similarities for it to
Anyway,
not be
we should
connected.
get going. We shouldn't argue in this dangerous region.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is while we're walking.
Mhm.
Speaking out loud. Yeah, there's too many similarities for it not to be connected, don't you think? If it had just been bullywugs coming in and killed these people, there's just no way that they could cover up the signs of. I mean, how many people do you think lived in this village? How many houses were there, Neil? Like, are we talking 100
well,
people?
Brandy's with you, so she can tell you that there were 200 people living here.
Right.
More or
Bullywugs
less.
don't-
Some people leave, some people come back.
I mean-
200-ish.
Bullywugs couldn't kill 200 people and then cover it up.
I mean, you say that, but they had 2 days.
How do you hide the slaughter of 200 people? And I mean, these people.
Carry all their bodies into the river.
How many bullywugs would there even have to be to kill 200 people? Was there a knight, Brandy?
We had a sheriff.
Yeah.
The knight that oversees this territory doesn't live here. He actually lives fairly far away. We petitioned him to move out here with us. That it was dangerous, but he stayed back where it was safer, to be honest. But he wouldn't tell it like that, and I'm sure he wouldn't tell the Baroness it like that.
But you have men that can fight, right? I mean,
Yeah,
did you
I
have
mean,
a
it's a
link?
dangerous area out here for sure.
Mhm.
We're not stupid.
Well, you're right. They wouldn't go down without a fight. So
yeah.
anyway, we should get to safety first. I don't want her to.
Right. And at that point, does the ambush happen, Neil? Whatever you're prepping with all those dice over there?
All
I'm
this
just doing my
BS that-
taxes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
all the spears hit the one person not with stone skin.
Doing the DM challenge, play D&D with one hand, file your taxes with the other.
Just get as many different types of numbers to confuse myself as possible.
Did you roll for your taxes?
Yeah, do I want to file for taxes? Do I not? 50-50 chance. How much do I want to say I made this year? Let's just roll a D100,000.
I mean,
know.
the IRS is grossly underfunded at this point, so what are they going to do about it?
Oh, right. I mean, get away with anything. IRS has been cut over and over again, but let's not go there. I don't want to. So, you guys are making your way through the forest. Let's transition to our other page. You're at this first yellow dot that I'm pinging right now, right? And you're heading back to Shirebrook. Which route are you, Will?
I think we have to go up toward the coast to get to a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
think
don't
we
want
followed
to
the river
cross
and then
two
coast.
rivers.
Yes.
Yeah.
The same way we got here, so probably to the coast.
Neil, I have a spell that I want to ask you about for future reference. It's called Lower Water, or it might be Raised Water.
Sounds like a
But
useful
it
spell.
says I can lower a certain amount of water by, I think, up to 14 feet. If I lowered a river, would it create like a wall in the water that we could walk through?
I think it's like a part water like Moses, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I'm not sure if it would like part the water, because it says I can affect a certain amount of area and lower it by up to 2 feet per level, so 14 feet. So would it create like a wall, essentially, part the water? Because it does have a duration, which makes me feel like it probably does part the water.
In extremely large and deep bodies of water, such as a deep ocean, the spell
makes a
creates
whirlpool.
a whirlpool that sweeps ships and similar craft downward. So no, it wouldn't create a wall. If you did it in the river, you'd create this weird, like, swirling section where the water comes and just, like, is constantly going down in this spot, which would be really weird. I don't know where it goes.
Then what would the point of it be? Because I can only affect up to like 80 by 80 feet or something like that.
Well, what if there is a small lake that you want to get to the bottom of? You know, what is it?
That'd be a very small lake.
What if you're in a room filling up with water slowly?
I mean, like, is there really a body of water that's only 80 square feet, but goes down more than 15 feet?
So you can lower 14 feet in a 70 by 70 area.
Which that's what I was wondering. Is it like parting the water? Because it seems like that would be what you're going for. Because that's such a small area for so much depth that you can lower.
Well, there's also the whirlpool effect, which might be a useful effect.
Yeah, I want to use that on a boat at some point.
I'm sure you can find many reasons to do this spell.
I feel like the whirlpool effect is the important one.
On the way, just to say it to Malachi and Van, you know what worries me too? That only of 200 people, only one woman survived.
I mean, for a hunter-gatherer, doesn't surprise me.
She wasn't there, right?
Yeah, she was
coming
walking
back
the
into
village.
town from outside.
Yeah, but 200 people. Why didn't anyone else?
Exactly.
Randy, say,
It's not. It
were
can't
there
just be bullywugs. It can't be.
Brandy, say, were there other people out of the village gathering things, hunting?
Probably, yeah. Definitely. I would expect so, at least.
Weird.
They'd
So
come
maybe
to
not everyone-
Shybrook, wouldn't they?
It
That's
would
what I
come to
did.
Schreiber.
I mean, unless they were
Killed in the woods.
these woods aren't safe. You
I
might have
say
been
as I
lucky enough
hear
to
it.
make it.
Hear a twitch in the trees.
Oh, by the way, I
Oh,
just
shit, is that the segue? For us to get ambushed in the woods?
I just checked my weight. My weight is 66.6 pounds.
Wow.
You're very excited about this 666. You were talking about your experience almost being 666 last time. Is there
It was-
something you're not telling us about yourself, Sebastian?
I'm not excited. I'm rather fearful of it. I mean, can't be something good.
Didn't you know that D&D is associated with cults and
Exactly. If you play D&D, you're going to convert to
yeah,
Satanism.
exactly.
By the way, to chat, watch Dark Dungeons. It's fantastic.
Ooh, what's that?
So there's a
Well, hold
preacher.
on. Let's
Let's do
Let's
our
keep
encounter.
going with it. Let's keep
I'll talk
going
about that
with it.
after break.
Yeah.
I do want to mention that though.
Yeah. So you guys continue through this heavy wooded forest back in the direction of Shirebrook. You reckon you should be able to make it there before the sun goes down. You spent maybe an hour or two in the village. Actually, you'd probably get to Shirebrook just after the sun sets. You might have to call a fisherman over to take you across the water because they'll probably be done fishing by that time.
Oh, so there was no encounter.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, I
That's,
thought you
your,
said
that's
we
your recollection of it'll probably take you about
Right,
that
right,
long.
right. Sorry.
As the afternoon slips in towards evening, and you guys are getting closer and closer to your destination, there is a quick snap of branching to your left and to your right. You guys hear it coming in time to roll initiative as
Awesome.
a 7-foot tall, furry, long, floppy-eared, goblinoid creature clad in the hides of its former enemies comes raging at you with a large club with spikes all over it.
A bugbear, right?
Yes.
All right.
All right. I'll do the initiative, I guess.
Just one bugbear? A bugbear
Yeah, don't worry
scary?
about it.
6.
I saw a Brandy get behind me, and I plot my sword and.
Look at this guy white knighting so hard.
Brandy behind me.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Trying to
Yeah.
protect the civilians. My God, what an asshole!
Yeah, it's not like the good cleric does it.
Whoa, okay, because I'm gonna be busy tackling this thing.
Someone has to protect the lady.
Okay. The bugbear bursts forth onto the scene, taking his club and swinging towards Malachi with it.
Uh-oh. I mean, you have stone skin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So I take it a 17 hits you,
Yes.
and
Do you know what? From reading Stoneskin, I don't think you even need to roll to hit. Because it says if a griffin,
Yes.
it says a
No,
griffin will take 3
if he
attacks per
misses
round.
you.
Yeah,
no,
if he
because
misses
if he misses you, then it won't.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean that makes more sense, but
Yes, hit you to
Alright.
hit the stone skin.
coming from behind him bursts forth 3 more bugbears
They all
who
attack
split
me.
themselves evenly between you guys.
oh shit.
I think the 7 against Bastion misses. The 14 against Malachi hits and expends a stone skin charge.
Yeah.
The
Singlet-
7
singlet
against
here.
Van Helsing is a miss.
You have all of our stone skin charges
do.
written down, right?
I
Okay.
do. And 2 more come from the left side of you, crashing through the woods, coming around the back. One of them goes straight for Brandy with a 20.
Oh,
Oh,
god.
well, she's dead. Farewell, milady.
6
Can't he stand between us? Like we shield her?
Well, maybe
you
if you
guys
guys had
said
said
get
we
behind me.
surround Brandy and protect her,
Yeah.
but you said
I
get
mean,
behind me,
yeah.
and everyone
Yeah,
said we're
right.
going that way, and you know, the more you describe your positionings, the more
Yeah, okay.
advantage you have. You know.
Yeah, you said that they were coming from behind, so
Especially if they come from the thicket. Like, you
Yeah.
don't really have that much time to react after they come out of the brush.
Brandy may have rolled max life, but it is still less than the damage the bugbear deals. It comes up and clobbers her, splattering her brains across the floor and onto Bastion's back. Bastion, another bugbear comes up to the side of you and hits you with a 19. But
yeah,
that's
hits me.
fine because you have.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
punches.
I would be
Malachi,
happy
just,
if you would use my name, Kine.
Kine, Bastion, you know, it's all the same to me.
Neil, since stone skin absorbs attacks, we can't have our spells interrupted, can we?
That is correct. Maybe if somebody pushed you down a hill rather than just tried to clobber
Yeah.
you. But yeah, I think that's fine. I
Cool.
don't know why the music stopped though.
I think I...
For me.
Didn't stop for me.
It stopped
no,
for
it has.
me.
No, you've
I
stopped
mean,
it.
Well, now I've stopped it because I'm trying to put something else on, but I've been having tabletop audio issues. All right, party's turn.
Okay, so seeing Brandy explode like an egg behind Kine, I think Van kind of loses his sense of urgency since the rest of us have stone skin, and he's going to go and cast Strength of Stone on himself. I'm going to go and take D4 Strength. 4. All right, so I have 18 Strength.
I'll cast mirror image.
You split into multiple gray-skinned monsters.
I think I have to roll a d4, do I?
Yes.
Yeah, I can position myself so I can shield me from any attacks, right?
What do you mean?
So I can position myself so no bugbear can attack from my non-shield side. So my front and so I have my front and my left side towards them.
That would, I mean, if the 3 of you form a triangle with all your backs together, yes, but otherwise you would have to be at best back to back with one person, which could expose your right side.
Okay, I say to Malachi, get between me and Van. And I attack the nearest bugbear.
Okay.
Oh no.
That is definitely not a hit.
Neil, is Strength of Stone able to put me into exceptional strength territory?
Only warriors can get exceptional strength.
Okay.
But you have 18.
So yours will max at 18.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's
roll
the difference of 1 point of damage.
Roll your strength of stone.
I already did. I got 4.
Okay. Oh, your strength is
16.
16 naturally? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's what, plus 1, 2 to hit?
I
1 to hit,
get
2
an
to
extra. I have +1 to hit, +2 to damage. When normally I'm +0, +1.
That is everyone this round. Let's roll initiative for next round.
I'll do it. 5.
5. You guys tie.
All right, so I have one that's
Same
melee with
time.
me, right?
Right. It looks like the bugbears have splintered off now that they've killed what's her name, and it's 2, 2,
Right.
2. So you guys are
Okay.
all equally engaged.
Sure. Then I'm going to go ahead and make an attack on one of the ones on me for 20.
Yeah.
20 is a hit.
For 10 damage.
Ooh, nice. You
I also will attack.
slash him across the belly, cutting through his armor and opening a nice red streak on him, but he does not die.
Okay.
9.
12.
12 is a hit. They're wearing leather armor. No, they're wearing hide. That's 13. 12 is a miss.
I will color spray the 2 in front of me.
Ooh. They don't get saves unless they're 6th level or higher, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make their attacks before they immediately go unconscious. So, Kine, 2 against you. Roll a 22 and a 17. That's
17 hits my shield, and 22 hits the stone skin.
Ooh, 17 hits your shield. Yes, it does. All right, so that is a...
Oh no, my armor. My shield is 18, so...
does Stone Skin lose a charge if you hit your armor?
No.
Let me
No.
look. I would assume it doesn't. Because I
I
think
think
it,
this-
like you
this-
bash the stone skin itself.
I think this is why you don't need to hit. It says that a griffin will take off 3 charges a round. It doesn't say if it hits with all 3 of its attacks.
But if it missed you entirely, it wouldn't take off a charge.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think that's a fair ruling. If you get less than a 10, it doesn't take off a charge, but if you get more than a 10, it does, because it still connects.
I mean, like if it hits your armor, though, it's not hitting you, so would it still
Yeah.
damage the stone skin?
I don't know.
No, because the blow wouldn't have dealt damage before, so...
It is the way it's worded, though. Like, but I mean, I agree that it doesn't make
I
much
mean,
sense.
the argument came up in Dicing with Death too, and...
Oh no, this limit applies regardless of attack rolls and regardless of whether the attack was physical or magical.
There you go.
So
So-
it doesn't. He cannot miss. I mean, if you want to roll Neil that like a below a 10 would still miss.
I'm going to say below a 10 would miss, but anything other than that will
Okay.
knock off a charge. So, Kine, you
That's-
lose 2 more charges. Malachi,
Wait, you should add, if you're going to do that, you should add Dex AC to the
Yeah.
10.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 13 for me.
That's
Oh, well, you could add the shield too, because...
yeah, you could add shield in there as well. So that would make
So
your AC
14.
for these purposes 14. But so those are still hits. Malachi, it's a 9 and a 17 against you, which reduces
One
the
hit.
charge. And Van Helsing.
Wait, Neil, mirror images, so you've got to roll it. You've got to
Oh.
roll a d6.
Nice.
You're gonna-
Oh wait, if he hits a mirror image, do the mirror images absorb the?
No.
No.
Oh, that'd be so good.
You need a 6 to hit me.
A 6 to hit you. There's 4 mirror images, right?
It's 4 plus 1 for every 3 levels.
Cool. So the first one hits the 3rd mirror image. The second one hits the 6th mirror image, but there's no longer 6, there's 5 now.
Remember, one of them was
hits
the first one was a 9, so it was a miss.
Right.
So you take 1 mirror image off.
Okay. So 1 mirror image disappears. And I gotta track your stone skins and your mirror images.
We're just making your job
hell.
harder.
If you tell us how many charges we've got, we can keep track of it. But if you don't,
Yeah, fat chance.
fair enough.
Van Helsing, 2 attacks swing at you. That's a
Oh.
13 and a 23. I think those are both hits against you.
They're both hits against stone skin.
Yeah.
One thing to note, I actually did 12 damage, not 10. I forgot to add the +2 for the scimitar being magical on my
Nice.
damage roll.
Still alive, but more badly wounded. And that is Kine. Take your turn. Oh no, you did. You rolled the 12.
Yeah, no.
Next round.
So it's initiative.
Yeah.
I think you gotta do it this time.
Yeah.
There is a palpable frustration on these bugbears' faces as one of them, bashes through a fake person that kind of disappears into mist. And these other blows are clearly landing on you guys and having no discernible effect on your body.
One question here, didn't Malachi color spray the 2 in front of him?
Yeah,
He
but we
did.
rolled the same initiative.
Yeah, so that happens
Okay.
simultaneously.
Yeah, yeah.
A color spray
Can I,
lasts for D4 plus 1 rounds.
I think it might be D6. Can I go first?
Um,
D4 rounds. No, 2D4. 2D4.
2d4. Let me roll the 2d4. You cannot go first because the bugbears roll a 1 on their initiative.
Oh, okay. Are bugbears meant to be scary? I don't remember.
Well, they're 7 feet tall. That
Yeah.
should give you a hint to their ability. And they took 12 damage and they're still fighting.
That is true.
The 2 against Sean continue to rain down their attacks, growling furiously and angrily at him. Angrily?
Yeah, it's 11 to break my stone skin because of the shield, by the way.
18 and 23.
Shoot, these bugbears are rolling
Bitch.
insane.
It's a good job we've got the stone skin.
Yeah.
Drops you down your charges. Bastion. The bugbears continue to hit at you with a 9 and a 21.
21 hits the stone skin.
Yep. And Malachi, your 2 bugbears are unconscious on the ground
Yes.
in the dim light of twilight. Party
So
Is
starts.
still a-
I'll
is still a stone skin near?
You're all still stone skinned up.
I will cast Shadow Monsters. Answer me this question: can a monster attack on the round it's summoned?
That's a good question.
It doesn't allude to it in the book.
While you're doing that, can I go ahead and make an attack roll?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
me
ahead
too.
and have him attack the same round. And yes, make an attack roll.
Okay.
14.
14 is a hit.
It's on the wounded one, by the way,
Right.
for 5 damage.
Okay. You cut
So-
him down. He falls to the ground, his belly fully split open, and blood
20.
beginning to pool around him. Kine, a 20 is a hit. For 2 points of damage, your bugbear is mildly annoyed.
So I'm going to
Hit him
summon
with the flat of my blade.
from inside the trees. So from out of sight, I'm going to summon an owlbear. to come charging from the forest behind the bugbears.
All
Attack
right.
them.
Now, the party has never seen this spell in action.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We see.
So I
we
reach
hate
into the shadow realm and pull fabrics of shadow material to construct this illusion.
Can you summon Yugi's grandpa next time?
Who? I don't know. Some sort of reference.
Yeah, you had no childhood, apparently, Nick.
Is this a Yu-Gi-Oh joke?
Yeah.
Yeah, we banish them into the shadow well.
We had great childhoods then, if we don't get
Yeah.
this.
Are you kidding? You didn't see a man dive into the ocean and nearly drown to recover some Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Kids these days. Okay, so there's an owlbear charging down at you guys. There's no reason for you to disbelieve that it's
Okay.
anything other than a real owlbear. So,
Well,
Sean,
I've already
not
made my
Sean,
action this round.
Malachi, you've never explained this spell to these people before. You're just kind of pulling owlbears out of your ass right now.
Yeah,
Um,
it's true. I don't want to take the chance that the bugbears might speak
Common.
common, so I'm just gonna let it go. So I'm gonna have the owlbear charge into the backs of the bugbears and.
Okay,
make its
which
attacks.
ones? You know, you guys have kind of formed this odd triangle in combat.
I've
There's
only got one
owlbears
on
have come
me.
around you.
The
I
two
think Kine
fighters.
is still fighting too.
I'll just go and attack one of the ones that's fighting Kine. The one
Alright,
that's
so
on
the
it.
owlbear comes running from behind the ones fighting Kine.
Can I make its rolls?
Yes, please do.
It's got 3 attacks, 2 at 1d6 and 1 at 2d6. And it's back attack, right?
Yep.
That is
and
such a
surprise.
strong spell.
They get a... No, not surprised.
Okay,
The
so 3
owlbear
attacks.
crashes through the forest, making a lot of noise as it comes, and you get +5 to your attacks.
So about +2 for back attack.
Right, so +7 to your attacks. 14, 18, and 22 are all hits.
So 40,
does
46
20%
damage?
Yeah.
This bugbear matches my attack rolls with a magical scimitar and strength of stone.
11
Is
points
it
of
the one
damage.
Did you make sure you times its HP by 20% earlier?
I haven't rolled its HP yet, but I will when it comes time. It does max normal damage, right?
If they believe it, it does normal damage, but it always only has 20% HP.
Okay. All right.
And then
So it rips into the back of one of the bugbears fighting Kine, shredding it all over the place, but not killing it. The bugbear lets out a horrific shriek Has everyone in the party gone?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
So we.
Oh my
I'll
god!
do initiative, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. 9. They're probably gonna go first.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going first. The one fighting Sean, who's on the opposite side of Kine, can see this bugbear cruising in, and he decides he's had enough of this. So he takes a fighting withdraw, swinging his club wildly at you while backing out into the thickest parts of the woods nearby. The two fighting Malachi are still unconscious. The one that got attacked by an owlbear just drops his gear and runs. He just drops his club and takes off. Kine, please make an attack of opportunity at +2 for back attack.
Okay, it's a hit anyway. So.
All right, and he had 1 HP, so he just goes down.
Yeah.
And the other one that is now, owlbear adjacent. He's seen his friends flee, his other ones get knocked down. These people have gray skin, can't be killed apparently, and now there's an owlbear in this mix. Fuck this shit. He too turns and flees. Kine, make an attack of opportunity. Malachi, make an attack of opportunity. He's semi-adjacent to you, and the owlbear makes an attack of opportunity.
16, that's a hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
For 6 damage. And for the owlbear, back attack as well.
Sure. Flank, actually.
Okay, that's a miss.
All right. The bugbear takes off, badly wounded, into the woods, crashing through the evening.
Yeah, I would take a fighting stance towards the owlbear.
Oh, that's right. The battle's not done.
Yeah, I think Van. I heard the bugbear makes noise, right? I heard it come in.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
hang on. Are all the bugbears run away?
It looks like quick glance around. You don't see any bugbears that are not standing.
Okay, so don't panic. It's an illusion.
good. And Van turns and sprints after the bugbear who did the fighting withdraw.
Yeah.
Can I still see him? Because I'll just magic missile him in the back.
It's pretty dark. I need you to make me a wisdom check, Malachi, since you didn't have eyes on him to begin with.
Yeah.
Van, you can push after him and make me an attack roll against him.
Cool. Like, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I already did
take
it. 14 damage.
Alright.
Oh my god.
So, Van, you come running at this guy
I
while
kill him.
4 little darts come flying around you and pecker the bugbear to death.
Oh, okay, so he dies. All right.
Yeah, he dies as you come over to his body.
Ah, that felt good. It's about time I got to blow something up.
Wait, did you shoot at the one I was chasing or the one that ran off into the woods?
Oh, was there two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of them escaped you guys.
Oh, yeah, I guess I killed the one that Bomb was chasing. I didn't see
Yeah,
the
the
one.
other guy, he pushed through the foliage and was out of sight.
Okay.
I take a still in stance towards the owlbear. What? An illusion?
Yeah, look. Make a save versus spell to see if you can see through it.
At -2, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming back, I think Van will try the same thing.
-2. Okay.
Pass.
I guess you'd probably get a
Yeah.
bonus if you knew it was. If I'd said it was. an
Oh,
illusion.
sorry. -2, but it's still a pass.
Right. So, Van Helsing, you see this kind of... It's no longer a real owlbear to you. You concentrate hard enough and you kind of see this shadowy undulation around it. You can sort of slightly see through it, but it's hard because it's already dusk right now.
Right.
And you're in the forest, and it's a shadow owlbear, so it kind of just becomes a little bit faded, and the colors are muted. Kine,
For me.
standing before you on all fours is this heaving owlbear with its blood dripping down from its teeth, and it's got like a bugbear claw or skull in one of its paws that it's resting its hand on. And it's looking at you with mean, beady eyes, like it wants to eat you.
Can I control it directly? I think I can. It's an illusion, right? So.
You know, Malachi, that's an amazing talent. You might have wanted
Yeah.
to warn us, though.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't think. I was going to tell you about it tonight.
Well, if you say it's an illusion,
Yeah, no, it's. I'll make it like stand up on its back legs and dance around a little bit.
It does so.
Okay. Are we by the river?
Yes, you're maybe 100 feet off from the river. You can hear it in the distance.
I'll just have it dive into the river and try and fight a
Um,
crocodile or something and float away into the river.
question. Would I at some point get an automatic success to disbelieve it if it does such ridiculous actions?
No.
Probably, I guess. No.
No.
Huh.
I just say because it's a note in Chapter 7 Magics.
It's no in
Because-
what?
The illusion is not feasible or ridiculous. You could rule that sometimes you get an automatic success on disbelieving
Well,
it because
I
it's
think
plausible.
you can know it's an illusion because you trust Malachi, but that doesn't mean that you fully see through it and believe it. Like, for example, I understand and I know that gravity works, but I don't fucking understand how gravity works, so I don't disbelieve the,
Well, another one's like if you're using a virtual reality thing, and even though you know it's a game, you can still trick yourself into thinking that it's real.
Or
Yeah,
like
you can still
you know
get
those
motion sickness
images
from it and
that's like
everything.
this is a woman's face, but if you look at it differently, it's a frog, and you know that there's a frog there, but it takes you a while before you can actually see the frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on,
I'm-
I think we kill the sleeping bugbears, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I take a
Man, they were one round away from waking up.
Yeah, we should finish them off, I think.
Fucking Sir Sloth, man, why would you say anything? You know?
I didn't read anything.
Yeah, but Nick did.
I
Gotta
did.
keep
combat.
this shit quiet, guys. You gotta keep it quiet.
Right,
Spoil
we
the
should
game.
maybe you should capture one. Maybe you can tell us something if they
Van's-
speak common.
Van's gonna walk over to Brandy's body and see if there's anything that can be done.
Not unless you can put a skull and brains back together.
Nope.
We should maybe.
I might be able to cast Raise Dead on her, guys.
Oh, who cares? Let's head back to Shirebrook. See if we can
We
find a base.
should. I take the gold bag I gave her because.
Not
mean,
so
You
gallant
dig
after
through
all.
her
Kai.
personal possessions and
I-
come
that's-
across some gold.
Are you're
That's
looting
all
you're looting the
baggy.
body of a dead ally?
I'd loot you if you died, Van.
Well,
Fair
she
enough.
won't spend it anymore.
At
And
least
was,
he's honest.
Let's get back to Tom. That was good. Yeah, I
We
can
should
summon
at
all
least-
sorts of things. It's not even just albers, you know.
Really? What kind
Yeah.
of what other things can you summon?
Basically anything, I think. A griffin, giant spiders, trolls.
Oh, before we walk off, let's loot the bugbears because we never fucking loot anything. We should probably make some gold for it a change.
Well, why don't we let Kyan loot them? He seems to be desperate.
Kine, how do you feel about being called desperate as you're picking coins off of a dead woman's body?
Justified.
feeling the low weight of my pouch, of my coin pouch, I can't say that I'm not desperate. But to that, well, we should at least give her some.
Look,
Wow.
while you're looting the bugbears, I'll say some words of her body, but we can't take the time to bury her tonight.
Let's just throw her into the river. That counts, right? That's some sort of burial somewhere.
We might as well leave her here. Allow
Yeah.
nature to use her body as resources.
There you go. That makes sense, yeah. So what do you think of this stone skin? It's pretty
It
cool,
is.
right?
Quite impressive.
Yeah.
Let's throw her into the river. So, what do you think about this stone skin? That just like
Okay, that's Malachi though.
I
That's,
know,
that's pretty
but
Malachi.
I think it's such a telling moment about
She-
his character.
She probably could have done with the stone skin, actually. But then I wouldn't have been able to summon the Alba, so...
I think
Malachi, just please, no.
so. Van is going to say some words over the body while Kine loots the bugbears.
Would you like to tell us what words, or you just say whatever?
It's just probably the standard procedure you would do as like a cleric trying to bless a body as the person goes into the afterlife or whatever. I don't know what it is in this world, but whatever clerics do whenever they're doing like funeral ceremonies.
Hey.
I roll my eyes as Van blesses the body and Kine picks through the silver pieces.
Okay, I'm just gonna PM you in person, Kine.
It's gonna be like 200 gold or something.
I mean, he needs it.
Yeah.
Oh, this one had a large sack of gold with him. Oh, no, a large sack of gems. Convenient.
So, you know, when we get back to it...
I leave the copper and silver and
Take
Yes,
the hundreds of gold.
I mean, Neil has one of them a large pouch of
No, it's
with
more or less evenly divided.
Okay. I you see me picking gold coin and gold coin in my backpack and my money pouch. A lot of them.
How much is that? Where would bugbears get that kind of gold?
Don't question the random loot table, Malachi.
Well, no, but maybe they're up to something.
Neil, how
If
much?
only
does
there
this
were
gold
any
coin-
left alive to question.
Well,
Oh,
there
there
is
is
that
that
one that ran
one.
into the woods.
Yeah, no, I
Nah.
can't find them. Yeah, kind.
How much does the coins weigh? Do
50
they
to the
cut-
pound.
How much?
50 to the pound. So,
Okay.
Fine. How much did they have?
I
It's yours.
don't
Don't worry. But
count, but at least I say 4 pounds.
It's pretty impressive.
is that like
It's 200
200 gold? I fucking called it. Bugbears don't have 200 gold.
I mean, to be fair, they were pretty tough. It's not like we were just killing goblins or something.
Couldn't we track that one through the forest if we wanted?
at nighttime, through the jungle.
I mean, we have that Malachi. You have that stone that you could pull out. Kind,
Yeah.
you're a proficient tracker.
I mean, we don't have to.
Yeah,
but
but I have to say, all of these coins are weighing me down pretty strongly.
well, let's just head back. You know, tomorrow.
And I'm not joking. I'm feeling
You're
the
actually
weight
encumbered?
of really good. I think we should get back to town. Maybe. Well. Yeah.
All right. That's the other benefit of me using Strength of Stone. I'm actually not encumbered when I have 18 Strength.
Nice.
So tomorrow, I've got a few things that I want to take care of. Do you think we could take a day, or
Sure.
Yeah.
I think we could do, if you have the time, we could try scrying again. But aside from that, we can just get a day off.
yeah? Well,
After the day, we head to Windshire. I
Yeah.
have to know.
maybe we could try the scrying in the evening.
Anytime tomorrow.
So you guys do continue through the jungle back to Shirebrook, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Eventually, you make it back to the river. It takes a while of calling and maybe throwing rocks across the river to try and get someone's attention, but eventually someone comes over with a boat and hauls you back across, grumbling about hours of the night and wanting an extra tip, and was already half drunk, and coming out here and pushing boats while he's been drinking is not conducive to his plans for the evening, and rah, 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 rah. But eventually, you guys make it back to town.
Hmm.
Is there anything you'd like to do tonight, or can we just flip to the morning?
I think we can. Well, I don't have anything I want to do tonight.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've got nothing for tonight because I can't do any 4th level spells.
Yeah.
Then why don't we take our break, and when we come back from break, it will be morning time. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.